Aaron Carter. Turn him around. He went back on his Xanax. He just got arrested in Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, man. He called me like 2 months ago saying he was doing great.
What time is it?
Yay, Facebook, what's going
Are we
on?
7 minutes early right now?
We're early.
Oh, we're early?
We're early.
Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. So good to see you today. I have Victor Antonio in the house.
Rant!
Yes, he's here. We're getting ready for our boot camp. That happens tomorrow. We start the boot camp. By the way, we have 4 or 5 slots left. If you're a spontaneous person, which I doubt you are because most people can't be spontaneous, unfortunately, they're fixed in their little thing. I gotta have structure in my life. I gotta do the same thing every day. I gotta feed the dog. I gotta feed the wife. I gotta have a good life. You ain't got a good life. Let's face it.
You gotta feed the wife.
I gotta feed the wife. I gotta feed the dog. It's all the same. It's all the same, okay? So look, we got our sales boot camp. Most of you don't have the money you want because you never learned how to get the money you need, okay? I got this thing on money right now, man. I got my head wrapped around money. People underestimate the value of it and overestimate the value of it.
Damn, man, that's like a hyperbole.
Boo, boo, this is a metabolism, okay? It's a metabolism, okay? Let me tell you what I mean by that. You underestimate how much you need. You underestimate the value it provides. You underestimate how people look at you. Let me tell you, when you got money, people treat you different.
That's right.
When you got a lot of money, they treat you a lot different. When you got a lot of money, they treat you a lot different. And they do it quicker. And there's a lot of mister. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you being here, sir, when you got a lot of money. I mean, that's just a fact. Nobody tells you that. Now, the way that people overvalue is that you think it's going to make you happy, and it's not. Trust you. I guarantee you, if you're unhappy, money will not make you happy. If you're a dick, money will not make you not a dick. Okay? So I think a lot of people think, oh, money's going to make me happy, or money's going to make me this, or money. It's not going to do any of that.
Can you grab my computer?
But money will solve your problem.
Dude, how could you not be happier if you had more choices?
Dude, you could be more miserable actually with more money. If you're a miserable person and I give you $1 billion and you're flying private in your
G5,
Global Express, okay, and you're all by yourself and everybody hates you, anybody on the plane hates you, you look across and your 2 kids are both junkies, okay? Your little girl's flipping to the other side. Your wife's cheating on you. The pilots hate your guts. And when you get to wherever you're going, you know there's nobody there that really cares about you. Everybody's there just to get your money. You're going to be a miserable person.
Yeah, you're right.
If you're miserable, you're miserable.
You're right,
Okay?
you're right, you're right.
Now, that being said, how can you be happy if you're broke? I mean, come on. Now, I did the experiment.
The broke experiment.
The broke experiment. I did the broke experiment. There should be a movie on this.
It's a great title.
You know, the broke experiment, okay? Put a bunch of people together. Somebody said they did this happiness index and said if you make people that make 70 grand a year or more are no happier than people that make less than that.
That's bullshit.
I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever, why would anybody even do an experiment on that? Hey, Brian. Oh, sorry. Why would anybody even do an experiment on that? I don't even understand, okay? Hey, Brian, Grant.
Hey, how are you?
Good, buddy, good. How you doing?
Good.
Man, I'm still getting over this. I'm still getting over that Jacksonville deal, man. I'm still feeling a little, like I feel like a loser, dude.
You don't. There's no reason. I mean, shit. There's some. I mean, nothing you and I can control and everything, man.
Yeah. I know. But I mean, I put my whole staff through a correction on that. I'm like, we're never missing a deal again over 500 grand. That's just stupid.
No, I know, and there's probably things that you and I can't control anyways. I mean,
No. I refuse to believe any of that stuff that you're saying right now. You sound you're like the devil. Hey, so look, moving on. Number 1 is if they stump their toe, man, I just want you to know I'll be there. I'll be there.
Okay, I love that song.
Number 2, hey, what can I do to take this deal down in Panama for the 117 a door?
Shoot me an offer in writing, and
But will that get it done, or is it going to be a jerk off?
I don't know. I've never worked with these guys before.
I mean, can we?
I think we can.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a call with them yesterday, and I obviously told them about you before, and they were asking what was your update. And I said,
Oh,
We
hey.
were supposed to catch up, but it's like, well,
Hey,
get
welcome
us
to Young
something
Hustlers.
right,
It's
and then we'll
Thursday,
review
noon
it.
East Coast Standard Time.
Okay,
and
okay.
every
So I
week
just want to be sure,
we come
if we
here.
can get it going.
Oh,
Maybe
live
just
show,
call
live
in
show?
and say, hey.
Okay, it's pre-show. It's Facebook,
Okay,
right?
okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on
I was
it.
confused.
I'm
I was
on
like,
it.
it's still,
Thanks,
we
buddy.
still got 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, we don't have 2 minutes, dude. We have people right now.
No, I know,
All
but
these
I'm-
other ideas you have. Guys, we had a boot camp. Victor Antonio came to me, the great one, the great Victor Antonio,
great
the VA. If
Victor.
you guys don't know VA, the VA, it's got a bad reputation, but not this dude, okay? And he comes to me, he's like, we should do a boot camp. We should do a live conference, Grant. It'll draw a lot of people. That was what, 59 days ago?
57.
57 days ago. Tomorrow, 141 people drop into Miami to spend 3 days with me and my staff talking about one thing. Money, 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 money. How to get my money.
Oh, are we?
What? What is?
Yeah, okay, all right.
This is the
pre-show.
pre-show.
Pre-show for the re-show.
For the re-show.
The real show.
Hey, by the way, just so you know, there are 3 or 4 seats left. Okay? 3 or 4 seats left. You come to Miami, you're in Miami, get over here. Now's the time. If you keep putting off the money thing, the revenue thing, the sales thing, the next time I talk to you, you will still have a money problem. Okay? You have to fix this problem. If you don't fix this problem, you will always have a problem with money. How do you get money? How do you raise money? How do you pitch people? How do you ask for money? How do you get attention? How do you prospect? How do you follow up? Come on, man. How do you answer a phone? How do you build a sales team? How do you hire people? Let's roll!
4, 3.
Hey, we're looking good today,
Dude,
Jared.
we are, man. We're looking sharp. You know why?
Why?
Because we got the boot camp coming up this weekend. I
That's
want to make
right.
sure we all shining, man.
Welcome to Young Hustlers every Thursday. This is a sales show. This is for
Noon
sales.
East Coast Standard Time.
That's right, 12 p.m. This is for salespeople, sales experts, VPs of sales,
Entrepreneurs.
sales managers.
Really, salesperson could be anybody who wants to get their way in business and in life.
Maybe you're an artist. Maybe you're a fundraiser for a charity. Okay, I've raised $107 million for charity. Probably puts me in the top 5 of, like in the last. That's a big number.
That's a lot of money, yeah.
$107 million. What do I get for that? Psst. You get a memory. You get to know that you did that. There's no car. You don't get a car. You don't get a plane. You just gave $1 million for something and you get literally nothing except knowing that you gave to a good thing. That's a hard sell right there, folks. So whether you sell a tangible or an intangible, every Thursday, me and the Jared Glant, along with Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram and the YouTube, we all gather right here in Miami. We disseminate solutions to you.
That's right.
Okay.
And so today, we got a good show. We are going to talk today about how to actually get people to trust you. Trust is very important. Trust is actually critical to making a transaction. And so oftentimes we have people that reach out and they have conversations like the coaching you were in today, where the guy says, look, how do I get people to trust me? How do I get people to believe what I'm saying? Because without trust, you won't transact.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
they don't
what happens, I talk about certainty all the time, okay? Certainty. When certainty drops, people shop. Okay, when certainty drops, people think. When certainty drops, I gotta talk to my wife. When certainty drops, I gotta compare it to other people. When certainty drops, I'm gonna go do a Google search. When certainty drops, people do not make decisions. That's why it's so important for you to increase certainty. Dropping price, by the way, does not increase certainty. Okay?
Nope.
Okay. Dropping price just makes for a lower price. It doesn't make people more certain that it's a good deal. So your job when selling is to create certainty. I use a word called altitude a lot.
Like
Who's
it's like
got
when
the
you
altitude?
when you're taking off in a plane and you get in altitude.
Yeah. Okay. And you see, how do you get altitude with somebody does not mean you need to go to college.
Nope.
It doesn't mean you need to be doing it 28 years. It doesn't mean you need to even have sold anything or even have a company.
And what's important about trust, and in this case altitude, is truly, if you think of it like taking off on a plane.
Yeah.
Most of the time when you're meeting a customer the first time or you're having an initial conversation with them, you have no trust. They don't know anything about you. And so from the moment you open your mouth and you start speaking, you can start building trust.
Even the way you dress.
But you can also start losing trust. And so it's really important to know what to say, what people, buyers, customers, prospects, what they actually want and need to build trust.
Your family.
Right?
I remember I got in car sales when I was 25 years old. My family didn't trust me. I couldn't get altitude because my past had destroyed it with them, right? Okay? So until they saw that I was showing up every day, producing every day, and that I was a different guy, I didn't get altitude back with them because I had destroyed my trust with them. Now, you never want to destroy trust, okay, with a customer. You tell a customer X, they look on the internet and they see X minus 1,
boom,
minus 24.
Trust gone.
And they're like, oh my God, man, this is wrong. Now, the information on the internet could be actually incorrect. And your information was true, theirs was not true, you still lose trust. It drops certainty, they can't close. So today, the topic is altitude. How do you get it? How do you keep it? How can you be 23 years old and walk in and command a room of people twice your age?
And I had a problem with that big time. I remember I always used to tell you, I used to always be like, man, but I'm so young. Are they going to have a problem?
Knock it out, dude. I don't care how old you are, man.
Said, you're the only one thinking about it.
You're the only, hey, just show me what you know that I don't know, bro. Okay, Jesus was 33 when he died. Alexander the Great was 16 and commanded the planet, had his mama, was having sex with his mama and everybody else in the village. Okay?
Dang.
And he was 16 years old. He's like, look, man, look, I know what I'm doing, man. But you're only 16, Alex. I know, man, but look at the swag I got. Let's go take over this town.
So look, if you have questions on how you can build more trust, we want you to call in. It's 305-865-8668. 305-865-8668.
One of the things I discovered years ago was to shorten your sales process. If you would shorten your sales process, you would actually create trust. You would increase trust, not destroy it. The longer you spend with somebody to get from A to B, the less trust you have, okay? One thing that we do here at our company is we take time out of our cycles by shortening the cycle. 60 days ago, we did not have a sales boot camp planned here at Cardone Training Technologies. We decide, me and Grasshopper, we have a sales boot camp. We have a sales boot camp and do no free trial. Okay, we do a sales boot camp. We haven't done a sales boot camp before.
Dude, I tell you, and it's been a while since we've done a live event.
Yeah. What are we going to call it? Where's it going to be? Good. Okay, what's going to be in it? No, don't worry about any of that. Set a date. Start selling that sales boot camp. Okay. Now,
most of the time. I mean, this is kind of going down a different road, but most of the time we start selling stuff before we know any of the details.
Yeah,
because too many people get paralyzed in the details.
If I add too much time to anything, I am going to add doubt to the equation. Okay, shorten the cycle and you will figure out how to get it done. Same thing with a customer. Shorten the cycle. Okay, I don't care if that house is 150 grand or 150 million, whatever. Shorten the period of time between the presentation and the ask, and you will have less chance to walk on a minefield and blow your freaking leg out. Quit talking so much. That's what. How many times have we all heard this? Man, you talk past the close. Most of you sell way past the close too. You got people coming in because of the internet today. They already know what they want. They know what they want to pay. They've done their research. They know you're the leader in the field. They walked in to say, "Yeah, that's it. Let's take it." And you got to keep going through your sales process. So you want to tell them about our intention?
Yeah, so basically,
it's in our boot camp.
Basically what we do is we actually have one of our boot camp workbooks here. We're going to cover this 3 days all this weekend. Is we actually set the intention right up front at the very, very, very beginning of the deal. Now this goes a long way to clarify exactly what we're trying to get done. And when we get back from the break, we're going to tell you what happened next. This is Young Hustlers.
There is only one company to work for in the smart home industry, Skyline Security. Right now is looking for the best of the Grant Cardone following to join their team and expand financially and professionally. Go to joinskyline.com to register. Labeled by Inc. 5000 as the fastest growing company for the last 2 years in a row, you get to protect families, grow your wealth, and join a team of top producers. Skyline is looking for great people. Go to joinskyline.com. That's joinskyline.com to get started on a brand new 10x career path. Go to joinskyline.com to register. Opportunity, it's what we live for. Financial freedom is created from opportunity. At SYMMETRY Financial, we are committed to getting hard workers, talented individuals who love to sell, who love to help others create a strong six-figure income. If you ever wanted to have everything you wanted in life, SYMMETRY Financial holds the key to get you there. We want you, the top talent, the best in the business, to join our team. Sign up now at sfgcareers.biz. That's sfgcareers.biz. Franchising is listed by Grant Cardone as one of the ways to become a millionaire. Let the experts at FranFinders be with you every step of the way as your partner finding, buying, selling, and promoting franchises. With over 10 years experience, FranFinders is the company to help get set up with franchising, to help you get set up with owning your own franchise and finding a franchise that's right for you. Visit franfinders.com. That's franfinders.com to get started with your search today.
Hey,
Welcome
we're back.
back.
Thanks for the countdown. Here we are.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you. Welcome back to Young Hustlers. Every Friday, Thursday,
noon,
at 12 p.m. Eastern
East Coast
Standard. I'm in the
Standard
future. We come to you and bring you sales content. Okay, this is for salespeople. If you don't think you're a salesperson, you definitely need this. Okay, if you're not getting what you want, don't have the money you want, your family's suffering with money, you're having struggles with money, man. You and your husband, you and your wife, whatever your combination is, whatever you got going on at your home, y'all need to pay attention to this. You guys that are about to go to college, they're not going to teach you what we're going to teach you every Thursday here. How do you get money? Before the break,
I was talking about setting the attention early on in the process. And so I really think that the first way that you can gain altitude with somebody
61.
is transparency. Is by letting them know the clear intention of what you're talking about, what you're here to discuss, what your goals are, so that everything's kind of out on the table. You know, you'd be really surprised when you enter a presentation and you kind of have these conversations, like just throwing it all out on the table, how it just loosens everybody up. I've seen you roll into deals before, like the Nat Geo meeting.
Yeah.
When you walked in and you said, hey, I forget exactly.
I walked into this meeting, just said, hey guys, Grant Cardone, you already knew that. That's my meet and greet. My meet and greet should not be longer than that. I don't need to tell them I'm from Lake Charles. I don't need to tell them my age. I don't need to tell them how I'm feeling today. I don't need to tell them that I had a flu last week. I don't know why y'all talk about all that, okay? It's got nothing to do with the value exchange. Set the intention. My intention is to close a deal today with you, okay? There's like 12 people in the room, and it's me. My goal is to close a deal with you. He said, one of the execs said, no, we won't be doing that. I said, that's fine that you won't be doing that. I'm just telling you what my intention is, my brother. Okay? Then I start asking key questions, okay? So if I'm a plumber and I'm out calling on people, I'm trying to build my plumbing business. Hey, my goal is to find a problem you have in your house today and fix it, okay? If I'm at Best Buy, my goal today is to find you what you need and have you bring you to the register and get you to pay us for it. No, we're just shopping there. We're going to buy it online later.
With you,
whatever. I'm going to set the
Yeah.
intention up front. I'm not going to tell people I don't want to sell them something. I'm going to get into key questions, and we're going to spend a lot of time in the next 3 days at our boot camp talking about hard questions. How do you ask the hard questions? I think you did a show on this last week.
I did a
right?
couple, maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Asking questions is control. I remember Tom Hopkins used to say, whoever asks the questions controls the sales cycle. I said, I don't know if that's true or not, man. I know this. Whoever gets answers, for sure, controls the sales cycle. Okay? Most salespeople never get an answer to a question. They just ask a lot of questions. What's your budget? Never get an answer. What are you spending right now? Never get an answer.
What would you like to accomplish on the call today?
Yeah, never get an answer. You know? Presentation, I want to do my presentation of my product, whatever solves the problem. Maybe I'm presenting the jet. Hey, this jet, this is how much it is, this is what year it is, my intention is to close you on a deal. Then I make a proposal, then I close. I either close or I follow up. So we're going to be working out. The shorter that is, first there's less to remember, right? What do you see me do back there when I go into the sales office?
Have you seen enough to make a decision?
I go back there, I look at the phone, I'm like, they've been on the phone 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 48 seconds. It's a cold call. Ask him right now. Have you shown him the product? Yeah. Ask him right now. Huh? Ask him the question. Have you seen enough to make a decision? Nobody wants to ask that question. Why do I want to do that? Because I want to have altitude, right? Why do I need to talk for 5 hours to have altitude? Why can't I just say, but this is the jet. It seats 9. You've been on the inside. You've been on the outside. The price is $8.3 million. Have you guys seen enough to make a decision? How do I know the guy doesn't have an erection right now and just wants to he just wants to go? I can't, let's roll. How do I know? How do I know he ain't got a Woody? Him and the wife are like, let's roll, let's do it. I want to get off the plane. I want to pay you for it. How do I know that? How do you know if you don't ask, man? Ask hard questions. Have you guys seen enough to make a decision? I'm a printer. I'm printing products for a person, okay? I go over to their place. Boom. How many you want? Why do I need to keep talking and talking and talking?
Yeah.
Right? Maybe I don't want all those details. Am I a detail guy?
No.
Right? I'll tell you about a piece of property I bought. Okay, I was in San Diego, California. It was the third property I ever bought. It was 92 units. I walked onto the property, literally drove my car up, got out of the car, looked at the swimming pool, and said, for sure I'm buying this. I would have signed the documents right there. Didn't look at a unit. Okay, fast forward 20 years. Wellington. Did you invest in Wellington?
No.
Okay, $32 million property. I drive to Wellington by myself. Wellington's about 50 minutes from here.
Yeah.
I drive onto the property. I'm in a Range Rover, drive onto the property. The broker's in there. I drive up. We look at one unit, $32 million. I said, I'm buying this for sure. And he's like, let's go look at another unit. Don't need to. I know I'm buying this for sure. Okay, I've owned that property for 2 years. So just because you need to add time to become certain doesn't mean your prospect does. Let's talk to one of our callers.
Bryce in Boston.
Bryce, what's going on? Welcome to the show.
What's up, B?
Ellis and Cali.
Hey, B, how long is your... Ellis, how long is your sales cycle? How long is your typical sales cycle? Got to talk to me.
What was that?
How long?
Elise,
how long is your sales cycle?
Oh, I didn't know I was. I didn't know I was on air. I apologize for that. My sales cycle. I like to go are you referring to follow up, or are you referring to the actual steps to the sale?
No, you're in a presentation now. You're in a presentation. You're in a sales cycle, not the follow up part of the sales cycle.
Mine pretty much breaks.
Mine pretty much what?
Did we drop
Can you
the
put
call?
that up?
Drop
Okay.
the call?
She dropped, okay? Well, her sales cycle got interrupted. See, now again, this is why you don't add time. Because, what's the thing, the saying? Something happens?
Time kills deals.
Time kills all deals. Have you ever heard of deal fatigue? It's called deal fatigue. The deal takes so long, people lose interest in it. You know what happens? I've seen cycles last so long, they're like, dude, this has been 7 months. We don't even need this product, okay? Right? Technology is freaking jacked so fast today that you could literally have technology drop out and your solution won't even be a solution because it takes you so long to close the cycle.
So I think that if you want to get back to how do you build trust, number one, I think you can take away that reducing the amount of time it takes to make decisions. That's how you can build and gain altitude.
Speed is certain, baby.
Another thing that I think you can do to gain altitude is the way that you communicate. Like the way you communicate, like I listened to Heath Powell. I was listening to one of his calls the other day. I'm like, dude, immediately he rolls into the call. A lot of momentum, a lot of confidence, pace, like tone, everything about the call. I'm like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel
the
something.
Knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
Knowledge builds altitude. Because people are like, dude, this is a real dude. He knows
the
what
guy
he's
that cuts your hair.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know the first time you met him that he had confidence in his scissors?
Yeah.
Okay. He knew what he was doing.
Totally.
He didn't ask you, right? So it's like big confidence, right? I can feel the way the guy holds. I can see the way he holds
swinging them
things.
scissors around.
You know, he's like, let's roll, man, let's roll. Look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to come back and take a bunch of callers. We got a bunch of sales professionals calling in. We're getting ready for a boot camp. We want to help you with your sales. Don't go one place. We'll be right back with you to get that revenue.
Make 6 to 7 figures overnight as an expert in your industry. Monetize your knowledge, monetize everything you work for, and make it work for you. Russell Whitney, expert in knowledge monetization, has worked with some of the largest brands, Robert Kiyosaki, Tony Robbins, Kevin Harrington, and George Foreman, in building out content that made them kings of their space. Scale your business to a 9-figure brand, sell from stage, create events, build a sales team, and get moving right now on your greatest expansion in business yet. Visit RussellWhitney.com. That's RussellWhitney.com to get started. For digital cash flow, other streams of income, and you know how important multiple streams of income are. Have you ever thought about making money online with zero money to start with? Let the expert Coach Gianni help you do this. From Amazon sales to banner advertising, monetizing your website effectively so every click makes you money. Build an online brand that sells and make money off of your website starting right now. Coach Gianni offers comprehensive, simple coaching of how to make money online, how to monetize your website, and come out on top in an arena where everybody's trying to get positioned. Go to CoachGianni.com/cashflow. That's CoachGianni.com/cashflow to get started with making money online. For 20 years of experience in the real estate game, Cash Now PA is the place to go for buying homes for all cash with no fees, any condition with BBB accreditation. Ray Aboud, owner of Cash Now PA, has been helping customers get in and out of homes, creating better spaces for living, and making a difference in local communities with the focus on buying homes, all cash, no fees with any condition. Also be BBB accredited. Visit cashnowpa.com. That's cashnowpa.com to get started. This is landscape design. This is lifestyle design. Steve Griggs is the best landscaper on the planet and gives you knowledge and data that you can't even find on Google. Featured on Huffington Post, Entrepreneur.com, Grant Cardone TV, Steve Griggs is the entrepreneur built and designed to help you make your home become the lifestyle of your dreams. For more information, visit SteveGriggsDesign.com. That's SteveGriggsDesign.com.
The Young Hustlers today, Thursdays, every Thursday.
Scoot in here a little bit, man.
Every Thursday,
There
12
we go,
p.m.
there we
Eastern
go.
Standard Time, we do Young Hustlers. This is a sales show. This is sales content. This is the sales game tight. I have one of the geniuses in sales.
Not genius.
One of the
Genius right there. There he is. That guy right there.
And by the way, Victor's going to be here. We're going to be doing a sales boot camp for the next 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Absolutely.
We've got 141 executives coming in from around the world. Where's the furthest place somebody's coming in?
France.
France. And people coming in. How do I hire salespeople?
I think South Africa. South Africa.
That's a ride.
South Africa.
That's a ride.
That's a ride.
Okay, that's a ride. Okay, he spent as much on airfare as the event
we'll have to
cost.
hug him at least.
We'll be able to hug him. We'll be able to hug him. Okay, don't ask him about kangaroos, though. That's Australia. Okay, we're going to be talking about marketing plans, business plans, sales, follow-up, prospecting, hiring, closing, negotiating, pricing, everything for 3 days. If you haven't gotten your ticket and you want to come see us, we got 3 or 4 of those left. What have you heard today? Because you've been in the sales space how long?
Started selling back in '95. So
Okay.
run those numbers.
Yeah. What is that?
Training.
22 years?
Yeah, too many. Training the last 10 years. So
Yeah.
you've been doing it longer than I
Okay.
have. But yeah.
And he had a show in Spike. You might recognize him from his Spike show.
Which he didn't see. He hasn't seen one episode, which he confessed to.
I saw an ad, though.
That-
It just shows you
I'm
TV.
going to take that, man.
TV's going to
I'm
get killed.
I'm
You
gonna
know?
take that.
So what have you heard today from the show today about altitude, trust, credibility?
I think it's the confidence factor. You know, you hear it in the voice, but it's funny because sometimes you were mentioning about the voice, you know, that confidence, you know, the guy that cut your hair. You know, you hear it. Somebody says something, and sometimes you hear that little hesitation. I ask you a tough question, and you go, yeah. And just that microsecond, just that little bit, you go, it implants that doubt, and as you say, certainty drops. And then another pause or something will set, another drop. And then that person's trying to push it back up, and it's not working. It's
Well, you're
not
working
working.
uphill. You're going against the grain, and it's so funny because you were just talking about this yesterday. They were negotiating a big real estate deal, trying to
$110 million deal.
Wow.
And he was talking to this guy, and on the call,
And I jump. I'm a professional buyer. Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens when I'm negotiating a deal? I jump in conversations. I do this by what's the word? I do this on purpose.
Intentionally.
Intentionally. I do it intentionally. So I'll ask a question about this, and then I jump all the way over here, and I'll come back here, and I'll come back and do this question again. And the reason I do this, and Captain Ryan was asking, why do you do that? I said, I want to hear the difference in how he answers these questions.
Right.
You know? By the time I got down to here, he's like, oh, yeah, man, that's a good deal. Dude, he got all excited. Something changed on this, remember?
Yeah,
And I said,
totally.
Did you hear him? He just changed. Everything
now I
just
got a
changed.
deal for you.
And I'm like, so what it told me is everything on the other 3 points to disregard, it wasn't true, it required too much effort. Down here was certainty, because it came out so fast, there was like no lag, no time added.
You can hear it. You can actually hear it.
Yeah.
And I think the buyers are very aware, even at a subconscious level. They hear that little thing. They go,
Why
What
don't
was
I
that?
trust this person?
Yeah.
Totally.
Why do I trust this person?
It's tone, man. I think
You know,
it's tone.
I'm sure you've been in a Home Depot before and seen the Cutco knives, guys, or the Vitamix machine. You know the Vitamix machine?
I do not.
It's a $369.
Yeah. It's a blender. It's like a $500 blender.
Okay.
Yeah, and you walk in and they're blending stuff at Home Depot. or
Gotcha.
Costco.
Okay. Now I know what you're talking about.
And it's
Yeah.
really
Okay.
easy. You stick the apples in here, and the
Yeah.
oranges, the bananas, get some celery, get some kale, throw it all in the blender,
And the
and you
next
got
thing you
yourself
know,
a
they got an
two-string.
audience, right? And
right.
all these people there, and you're like, dude, this guy's fantastic. Okay, honey, we need one of these. We need to make smoothies. This is gonna make us right. And you weren't even thinking about that.
Right.
You went there to get the cheap freaking Fritos.
It's when you walk down
big
aisle,
bag.
The biggest danger is walking down the aisles in Costco. Can I just have you try a little sample?
That's the business cycle. First get attention.
That's right.
First get
Got 'em,
attention.
got 'em. Try this.
In fact, we're going to be talking about the difference between a business cycle at the boot camp and a sales cycle.
By the way, I like what you said. Shortening the sales cycle
Yeah.
increases certainty.
Yeah.
The longer the deal goes on, the more it just dies on the vines. And you can
Well,
feel that too.
Yeah,
People
and
lose that
when
energy.
people start trying to figure out all kinds of ways, the more time it gives people to breathe, the more
prospect
they
gets
really
hungry.
start.
The prospect
yeah.
gets hungry.
Yeah.
What do I say about a hungry customer?
You can never close a hungry customer.
You cannot close it. You cannot close an empty belly. Impossible. Never done it in 30 years. They are hungry. You will not close them. Oh, if you do close them, it'll be on price.
When we did public
Yeah.
workshops, you put the offer always after lunch. One of the biggest times to hit the offer was right after lunch when
Oh,
they're
wow.
feeling a little good.
Wow, wow.
But again, the intention was set early, but the close was always attempted right after lunch.
Dude, I love
And
that.
It's amazing.
We're going to be attempting some clothes for the
Yeah.
next 3 days, I guarantee. I'm going to be shutting some stuff down, all right? Come to see us in Miami. We got 6 callers. What is your sales question, one after the next, and who's it for? Victor, Jared, or Grant?
Mustafa and Philly.
Mustafa.
Mustafa.
What's up, fellas?
Yo,
Come
Hey,
on, man.
Mustafa.
Come on, man.
So I have a question for you guys. By the way, 3 men I really respect. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on investing in my knowledge on sales, and you are 3 guys I would put on the top of my list as far as who I've learned from.
Oh, dude, thank you so much.
The 3 horsemen.
We got
Yeah.
a good team here, man.
Awesome. My
Now
question.
let me ask you a question,
is-
man. I got this
Go for
nagging
it.
question on my mind. Okay. How did you run into us?
YouTube, and also my manager at my car dealership.
Okay. Okay. All right. What's your question? Why did we lose?
Say
people?
again?
Yeah. What's your question?
My question is, what are the best kinds of stories you can tell people to build trust?
So what kind of stories?
Dude,
can you tell
I
people?
wouldn't spend any time telling stories. I wouldn't spend any all this time. I mean, this,
We should ask them, why would you want to tell stories?
yeah, exactly. Save
One
those
of
for
the
your kids,
methods that one of the things I've been learning about or have heard about is storytelling and how powerful that can be.
Well, I think that like, and I said this the other day in a show, I think that the sales process, if you go from the top looking down on the entire process, that could be a story. And so, like, I don't think you want to talk to somebody when you greet them about, like, oh, yeah, hey, I was over the town over the weekend. Like, people don't want to hear about your stories. Make a story about the process that's about them and how this product solves their problem. That's your story.
Yeah.
So when you're asking questions, you're gathering data so that you can drop it into your presentation, and then you can build the story about why this makes sense for them to do it. It's going to make them more money, save them time, make them happier, make them feel better, whatever, and then boom, close the deal.
Can I add something?
Yeah, please.
So one of the things that we're going to have at the boot camp is we're going to teach people how to do the hero story. And the hero story is really your story about how where the company's struggling right now, how bad it's getting, and if they don't make the change, things are going to go worse, get worse, right? The prospect
story.
Yeah.
Right, that's
Yeah.
correct. And then you're going to insert, that's when you insert your solution.
Yeah.
You're the Superman that shows up with the plan to execute to get you back to where you want to be. So if you're struggling with your sales training, here's why you're losing out of business. Here's the Grant Cardone University. Here's how we bring you back out. Here's how you make money. That's a hero story that every presenter should be able to tell. Whether it's in 15 minutes or 15 seconds, you can tell the story.
Yeah. And I would just tell you, like I was doing a meeting with Damon John. We were having a business meeting in Malibu, and a guy named Eric Ortner. Yeah. It's good if you got the story has the right names in it. But anyway, so I sit these dudes down. It's an afternoon, Thursday afternoon in Malibu. It's beautiful. Okay, I know I got credibility and altitude.
Had a $25 million house on the beach.
Yeah, and they know me by now, right? They've done their research, okay? So we sat down. I'm thinking, okay, do I go through a sales presentation here? No, go for the close. First thing out of my mouth, we're going to do business or not? They said this, yeah, man. At what level? Okay? At what level? You're going to throw me a freaking Frito? You're going to give me a bag full? We're going to buy the whole store? We're going to start a manufacturing?
That's a great qualifier, by the way. At what level?
At what level? At what level, man? At what level? I don't need peanuts, man. I got peanuts, man. I got them on my plane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have peanuts on the plane, actually. But anyway, then they said, no, that's what we're here to determine. Dude, if I'd have spent any time storytelling, that would be a waste of time. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for calling Mustafa.
Mustafa.
Lion King.
Yeah, Lion King.
Mustafa.
Mustafa. Lion King.
Mustafa. See, get a name badge too, by the way.
Yeah.
Get a name badge because I forget people's names. You're bad, Mustafa.
What's that?
Boom.
Yeah.
Brandon in Arizona.
What's up, B?
Yep, I'm here.
What's going on, brother?
It's in his head.
What's going on? So I got a question for G. So how do I expedite a sales process with C-level executives without having the face-to-face time and without being able to directly connect with them on LinkedIn?
Well, look.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
So, number one, dude, you want to ask the people, are you a decision maker in the process? I mean, you can't close the deal with somebody that's not a decision maker. However, no, I'm not the decision maker. I'm collecting the data for the decision maker. Excellent. My intention is to close this deal with you. It's to give you enough information so you can go to your decision maker, present it to them, have all the other information you need, makes you look good, and you guys can do this deal with me. Well, that'll never happen because we're not going to be doing it until September anyway. It's on the agenda. There's no budget for it. You just found out a bunch of data. By me attempting, by me being transparent and authentic, by me being clear and crystal, it doesn't offend anybody. By the way, we have a saying around here. No one thing will ever blow a deal. Okay?
Right.
Oh, well, I called the guy, I told him he was ugly, and that blew the deal. You could literally tell a customer, a prospect, they're ugly to their face, and that will not blow a deal. Okay? No one thing will ever blow a deal. Never. Okay?
It's
true. Just don't try that one. Just don't try that one. You're ugly.
Dude, it's true. It's true. We just had a situation yesterday where a salesperson was calling on a guy.
Yeah.
Set an appointment with the director of sales, and then 3 days later, the guy that owns the company is freaking out. You guys are harassing me. I look in the CRM. Over 2 months, there's been 7 phone calls made to this person. Appointment was set after the 4th call. Mm-hmm. They set an appointment. So in 3 calls, the guy was feeling harassed. Crazy. And smoked out on the deal. I'm like, Dave, that was not a deal. Yeah. Like that one thing would have never blown that deal if it would have been a real deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So you guys got to have some stable datums to operate from, okay? And even if they're not true, I have to understand there's no one thing that I'm going to say or do to anyone on this planet that is going to make them hate my guts, okay? Or not want to do business with me. Now, that being said, I've had customers that I have nurtured, cared for, loved, hugged, spooned with for 30 years, and they've never given me a penny. This is a true story. We opened up this fund, Cardone Acquisitions. It's Cardone Capital. Mm-hmm. We've had people write me checks for $300,000 and $400,000 that never. We had a check came in yesterday for $500,000. The guy's never bought a book from me. He's known about me for 25 years. Another client calls up and says, "I own 6 car dealerships. I have $3 million. I want to invest in your fund." We looked at our files. Never spent a penny with me.
Interesting.
So why? Why is that? Do you have them on the wrong product? Do you have them on the wrong offering?
Waiting for the right product.
Are you talking about their wrong problem? Is the problem they have a problem that needs to be solved that you have your attention on, but they have other problems that have hierarchy? They're like, that's fine, but this is the one I really want to solve.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's your job as a salesperson. It's a very, very strategic job.
Yeah. I think also, just if I can add on to the C-suite deal,
Yeah.
one of the things we're afraid to ask, if that person's not the decision maker, then I personally don't want to go over there, have the meeting unless all the decision makers are in the room, or at least some of the decision makers. Too often we'll take a meeting out of desperation just because we want to get in.
Yeah.
But we'll go there, we'll have the meeting, we'll go through traffic. I've been through your Miami traffic,
Yeah.
right? And it takes me an hour to get there. I'll sit down with him. He yahs me throughout the thing. I set the intention, as you say, but he still says I have to talk to somebody. Maybe we should call all the decision makers in the room early.
I want to have the meeting with whoever I can.
Yeah.
I know it's because if I try to get everybody together,
Yep.
he's going to be like, "That's impossible.
Yep.
I got to do my job here."
If you can't do it, you got to have it then.
I got to have it.
You
with
gotta
him.
have- you
I
gotta
just
do
want
it.
to know going in.
Yep.
And so here's the key question to ask is if you ask, are you the decision maker? Like we've had that kind of blow up in our face sometimes.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
So the way that you ask the question is very important. Is there anybody else that's going to be involved in the decision-making process that you'd like to include in the meeting? You have to ask the question the right way.
Now, when he says, no, I am the decision maker, you got to do a check here, okay? Because a lot of people will say, yes, they're the decision maker, and it's just an ego answer. They can't tell you, well, no. So when Jared says, yeah, I'm the decision maker there, great, Jared, I was certain of that. Okay? Now, is there anybody else you'd want to get involved so that everybody's getting all the data, all the good data, right? Oh, yeah, well, I'd want my wife involved, and I'd want my mom involved, and I'd want my daughter to help. Go ahead, Robert.
No, I was just.
Yeah. Now, when you ask this question, hey, Victor, is there anybody else going to be involved in the decision? He gets offended by it? Dude, don't let people start running over you. Again, this is an altitude and trust thing. How dare you ask me that? Hey, man, what's wrong with you, man?
Right.
Okay? I'm trying to, you have to stop that from happening to you. Because if you let people run over to you, this show's about trust today.
Correct.
Okay? Hey, that's none of your business. My budget's not your business. Okay? When we're going to do something's not your business. If you can't control those kind of questions, what we call hard questions, then you're losing trust right now.
I've never had anybody snap at me when I ask them, are you the only decision maker involved? I've never had anybody snap at me. You?
Yeah.
Just one time?
No.
I've never had
If the question gets asked the wrong way,
right.
Yeah.
Too soon in the process.
Whatever that means, by the way.
Can you make a decision? Are you the guy that can make a decision?
Wrong way to who?
But then also, you have to understand, if you ask that question and if you look at the plane taking off for altitude and you haven't gotten up off the ground and you ask a question that you haven't earned the respect to ask, you're going to get blowback. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So you've got to go in prepared.
Yeah. And the environment's going to change everything, okay? Right. We were leaving Vegas a week ago. It was 115 degrees. Wow. And Captain Ryan told me, he's like, Grant, if we don't get this plane off the ground by 10 o'clock, okay,
they won't let us fly.
We won't be able to make it all the way to Miami because we're going to burn so much fuel in takeoff because the heat forces the plane down, right? Okay, so it took us almost double our takeoff time.
It was a trip.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It was a trip. Like, what are we still doing on the ground, man?
Yeah.
The heat was holding us down. Now, the point of that is this. If you got customers that have previous negative experiences making decisions, that is heat.
That's great, Anna.
To get that altitude up, okay? So it might take a little longer, right? So how do you uncover that? Have you ever bought something and made a mistake? Has the salesperson ever tricked you before? Have you ever made a decision impulsively,
it's fair, man. It's
quick?
Fair, man.
When was the last time you bought something that you don't feel was worth the money?
Tell me the last time you spent $56,000. We've never spent $56,000. How are you going to get the guy to spend $56,000 the first time? You want to know that. Okay, let's take the next caller.
Louisiana.
Annie.
Aaron.
Gary?
Aaron.
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 Hey, how's it going?
What's going on? Aaron?
Good.
Oh, nothing, just at work right now. How y'all doing today?
Good, man. We're doing great. We're doing better now that you're on the call, brother, man. What part of Louisiana?
I'm from, it's close to Baton Rouge. I don't know if y'all heard of St. Francisville, Louisiana.
Oh, yeah, I heard of St. Francis, dude. I dated a girl down in St. Francis. Changed her life, dog. Changed her life.
Look, Grant, I was just calling in to...
it wasn't a short cycle either.
But,
what's your question, bro?
He doesn't even know what to say.
Well, first I want to start off by saying, man, I watch your videos every morning, man. I love you, Grant. I love you, man.
Thank you, man.
But my question is, I'm 21. I'm new to the car business. I'm just getting used to it. And I'm just calling to ask you, what's the best way, just in the basic meet and greet, what's the best way I can gain the customer's trust?
Well, dude, quit spending time in the meet and greet. You guys spend too much time in the meet and greet. Okay, look. Customer doesn't go to car dealership to meet a car salesman.
Yeah.
So the car dealers all build trust, get them to know you, rapport. Nobody ever went to a car dealership and said, hey, before we look at a car,
let's make friends.
Let's get to know each other.
Let's be friends.
The thing is, he's thinking old school. That whole thing about, let me share some stories, build rapport, that whole thing. Maybe that's where the mindset's at.
Dude, I'll tell you this. The best way for you to build trust and respect is to walk out in front of the customer and be like, what's his name?
Aaron.
Hey, welcome to the dealership. My name's Aaron. My job today is to get you all the information you need, so whenever you're ready to make a decision, you have everything you need. Is that fair enough?
Okay.
That's the best way to get
I would have a
respect.
name tag on. Hey, when you forget my name, because I know you will, it's right there, Aaron.
Right.
Okay. Any questions you have? You want a price today? You're going to leave with a price, a payment, a down payment, monthly. That's the only reason they came to you. So you got to look at why people come to you, right? So the old school, the old Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy, Tom Hopkins was go
Build a relationship.
build a
first.
relationship. Because all that sales training, all those ideas came back from the day before phones.
Well, here's the interesting part. If I can tag on to that, yes, absolutely.
Selling aluminum siding.
Well, yeah, back in the day. Well, back in the day when we didn't have the internet, right?
Yeah.
We didn't have a lot of information, so we're willing to walk on the dealer's lot, and I'll listen to the salesperson because I need to gain more information.
Yeah.
Well, today they're walking in fully loaded, man.
Yeah.
I've done the research online. I know what I want to pay. Tell me what I need to know. Get to the point.
Speed.
There you go.
Offer of information.
Great information.
Transparency. Like these are all things that you can bake into that initial contact point that are going to skyrocket your credibility, your trust, and then the consumer's belief that like, hey, this guy's not going to waste my time with a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, stop focus on being liked.
And by the way, exactly, what's your intention? Your intention is, my job here today is to give you all the information you need. What is that code for? Code for, if I give you all the information you need, I wrote you up.
That's right.
If I write you up, if I increase my write-ups, my proposals, I'm going to close more deals, period. Okay? Your job is not to make friends with the buyer.
People want to know what you know that they don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they
and that
want.
is
That's
back
what they
to
want.
the altitude
Yes.
and the trust. Okay?
Information.
What is godly? Okay, what is godly is whatever knows something that you don't know is considered to be godly, right? You know something. Could be kung fu. The dude that was here yesterday from Quest.
Oh yeah.
He kept talking about kung fu. He's like, people got to find out what their kung fu. I said, dude, what do you think my kung fu is? He's like, man, your kung fu is finances.
Yeah.
You understand money.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know your story, Grant. You understood money, so you got in sales. Okay, so, and this is what so many people get
It's
in
so
sales.
interesting that he picked that up.
Totally, man. He's like, man, I think a lot of people underestimate how much you understand finances.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the only reason I got in sales was because I understand finances. Sales is directly on that revenue line, right?
And until you get your focus right on money, like Grant would always say, hey, like we were riding the elevator one time. He goes, dude, the reason why it's the sales thing is not easy for us, but we know it's the vehicle, is because the money thing we understand. Like we get the value of money, not to buy things, but to have a choice, right? And so I think as a salesperson, the more you understand money and the importance of money to get you kind of where you want to go and where you want to be in life, the more committed you'll be to finding all this stuff out, and how to build altitude, how to build trust, how to ask the right questions, how to give good presentation, how to ask for the business.
And if you want more information on this is the users.
That's the user.
Yeah, that's the workbook,
users workbook that we'll be going through over the next 3 days. Victor's going to be delivering this information with the help of myself and our staff. This is the manual he'll be operating from. Okay, all the answers.
You want to just tell? I think it's 300 pages or something.
You know,
big.
page 61. Page 61 is the sales cycle. Okay, we'll take another caller. Sales cycle. Meet and greet. How long does that take? Meet and greet should be
Hey, how are you?
5 seconds. My name's Grant. That's it. Not how's the weather. Oh, beautiful kids. I mean, you could do that, but like how long are you going to spend on that? I want to get into the cycle. Most of you spend let's get to know each other. Never happened in your entire
You
career.
live around here?
Yeah.
How long you lived in this town?
What do you do for work there?
You got kids? Let me tell you about my dog.
Right? And then you got Jordan Belfort saying, hey man, figure out their tone, match their tone. Dude, that's all a bunch of gimmicks and bullshit, okay?
Yep.
You don't want to manipulate people. I want to service people to the cash register, close the deal. I want them to leave and say, I got a great deal and it took 5 minutes or 20 minutes or 25 minutes. I wasn't here all day. The last thing you want is somebody leaving saying, I went to Best Buy. I got the best price and I was there 17 hours. By the time I left, I hated everybody. I missed dinner. The kids were freaking out. It took too long. And the emergence of the internet is why the people are shopping at Best Buy and buying online. Let's talk to the next caller.
That's Tajay in Houston.
Tajay, what's going on, man? What is your intention in this call?
Hey, G, what's going on? Champ, how you doing today, man?
Champ, come on, man.
Yeah, so I've been listening to what you've been saying about sales and the sales process, and I know that one thing I do a lot when I'm trying to talk to clients, what I do is I do lead generation for people, using social media. I build sales funnels, driving leads through from Facebook or wherever. And I know that when I'm trying to pitch my services to people, sometimes they don't really see the value in what I can bring to their business.
Yeah.
Because
dude, let me just tell you why. I'm going to interrupt you right now because you're a side swiper. See, you started trying to pitch your deal to us right here, and you backed off on it.
Okay.
See, you're like, I'm gonna get a call on the Young Hustlers. I'm gonna pitch my thing a little bit. But you see, the problem is, you pitch a little bit, and then you backed off from it rather than saying, hey, my name is, I do blah for, I want to do this for your audience. You just kind of did it like it's dirty. Mm-hmm. It's like you're slopping beer all over the bar, dude. Like,
but I wouldn't want to disrespect you on your platform.
But you're disrespecting yourself, bro. You're disrespecting yourself. You got to lean into your deal all the way.
I got
You got to lean, baby. You got to lean, dog.
Yeah.
Okay?
And I'll tell you, this is a great learning opportunity because, like, dude, you say it once. Like, if you don't believe enough in your products to lean into them, and maybe it offends people sometimes, but if you don't believe in your product enough to do that, then you're always going to fall short of where you want to be.
Yeah.
You know?
And you half-ass your deal.
And they sense it. And the buyer senses it
and
every single time.
And you walk away feeling sloppy, right?
Yeah.
You feel sloppy, dude.
And then you're going to walk away from this call right now, my man, and you're going to be like, dude, I ain't never going to do that again.
Never do it again, man. So your pitch should be this. Hey, Grant, this is Taj. I do social media marketing for, you got a big entrepreneurial group, dude. I want to offer a free service to all of them today.
Is that right now?
Huh?
Can I do that right now with your permission?
Let's hear it, man.
Well, the problem is, dude, we went through a lot of time there, and I'm starting to worry about the length of the show now.
Yeah. I think you should let him do it. I think you should let him do it.
Go ahead, dude. 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
But I'm going to hang up on you if it's no good. Go.
Hey, look, everybody, this is Todd. I'm in Houston, Texas, by way of California.
It don't matter.
I will generate
hang up
more
on him right
leads
now.
for
Hang
your
up.
business.
Hang up.
I don't care if he's by way of California. I don't care if you're by way of California.
The next thing he's telling me he's bisexual. I'm like, dude, that's none of my business. I don't care, right? What did bisexual have to do with it? Nothing. It's got nothing to do with anything.
By way of California.
Why are you telling me you're from California, Texas? Hey, my birth took a long time.
Dude, this is brutal.
I came out backwards.
This is brutal.
My mama was really a man. Whatever. Okay.
You know he's busted up right now. He's like, man.
He's going, I should have said that.
Messed it up. By the way, we're going to be doing some of this at the boot camp.
I'll tell you,
We're going to be doing this at the boot camp.
Clean it up.
The one story that I like see the fire in G's eyes is when he tells me about this time he walked in to pitch somebody, finally got back to see the guy, and the guy said, you have 60 seconds, go. And he was like, like he couldn't get through it. He couldn't get it out. And then the guy kicked him out.
Qualified buyer.
Yep.
Decision maker, by the way. Let me just tell you something. When somebody says you got 60 seconds, they have money. They always have money. This is how money talks. You got 60 seconds, go. And I walked out of there. I did hub a dub for like 42 seconds. By the time I get into my pitch, I was like, I'm down to 18 seconds, dude. I walked out of there. I said, that shit will never happen to me.
Every time he says that, every time you say that piece right there,
dude,
I'm like, that was a moment for him.
Big moment, bro.
He said that will
Big
never happen
moment.
again.
That guy just had a moment.
Yeah.
The next time it happened to me, I was in Richmond, Virginia. Okay? This was years later, Richmond, Virginia, and this Jewish dude said to me, you got 60 seconds. And I'm like, I don't even need it all. 48 seconds, baby. Boom! He's like, dude, that was freaking strong. There you go. Okay, he gave me the rest of his audience because he was the decision maker, but not a guy that would make a decision. He would write the check, but not without the support of his staff. Gotcha. So you also have that deal. Yep. Set the intention, ask the key questions. What are the key questions? You know?
We're going to walk through
What are those hard questions, right? Hey, man, here's a hard question. You just did your presentation. What percentage of what I just shared with you do you even believe?
Oh, that's a magic one.
Okay, magic, okay? Present, propose, and close. We're going to be spending 3 days on this. Let's talk to our last caller. If that last caller's name is Victor Antonio, I will give $10,000.
You got J.J. Simmons.
It was close.
My man, J.J. Simmons, man. Reverend J, what's going on?
Man, what's going on? J.J. Simmons in the building.
This dude
First
wants
of
to come
all-
work for us.
Yeah.
JJ
First of
didn't
all,
know I had my own plane. Did you know that, Jared?
But you just think the 10X thing's a prop?
I did know. I did know.
He
I
came by
just
the
was
office.
saying
He's
it's
here in
just
the
was so unbelievable to see it all the time. I didn't do that.
Oh.
Okay, first of all, I want to say shout out to Jared Plant from Tips from the Whip. I think it's amazing, but I watch it every morning.
Tips
Thank you
from the
so much
Whip.
for that.
Tips
Great.
from the
I
whip.
like
Lesson
that.
learned
Love
from
that
Grant
title.
Cardone, man. That's what that really is.
Tips from the whip.
Yeah, I know, but I just think it's amazing, man. I watched it this morning, and it was phenomenal. Action over planning, baby.
Love it.
Listen, I got a question.
Action over plans, baby.
Yes,
That's where
sir.
that.
I
That's
love
where
it.
that
I
law of
like my
attraction.
brother.
I talked about this.
That law of attraction is a bunch of
So this
garbage
is my
compared to the law of action. I'm talking, JJ. Dude, when Jesus walks on the water, dog, everybody should stand up in a boat and watch. Look what he's doing,
got you.
man. They should have videoed that event. That would have been awesome, dude. Get some boomerang on that, man.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Hold on, man. Hey, JC.
I got JC on the
JC,
Sea of Galilee right here, yo.
Hold on, man. I need to kick up my Instagram followers, man. Can you do that one more time? Man, let's do it backwards. Can you see you busting on the sandals, man? Check that out, man. My robe ain't even getting wet. Okay, JJ, what's up,
Come on,
dog?
we in the time, baby. We in the time.
We in the time, dog. We in the time.
Okay, so this is my question. All jokes aside, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I appreciate y'all. How I got a lot of attention right now on social media with my videos, but it seems like everybody's just playing games with me, but they don't want to cut the check for me to come speak.
Yeah.
How do my name catch up with my income with me coming to speak at people events? It's kind of frustrating me right now.
Well, number one, I'll tell you right now, you don't have enough products in your offering.
Okay,
So
Is he good on the platform?
product.
I don't know.
So
I don't know if he's.
Well,
any
look,
good.
I was thinking about this yesterday.
Sounds good.
Products are a representation of capability.
Yeah.
And so, and ability. So,
Wow.
you got a lot of products. That means, man, dude, this guy can go a lot of
Yep.
different directions. Like Grant, if we created products for everything that he did, I mean, the products that we sell represent about half of what he's capable of doing. And so, but when people see that, like we just created a list for the boot camp. We got a list.
amazing.
It's 2 pages long of products that we have
Wow.
that are focused on sales, money, negotiating, finance, handling objections, follow-up, cold calling, real estate, investing.
All that.
Dude, we got clients, we got people coming to this boot camp that we have been pitching for 3 years on another product. As soon as we offered the boot camp, they signed up.
That's right.
Not 30 days into the presentation, the first day they bought.
Yeah.
When we had been pitching
Wow.
on another product for 7 years. So like you can't see, you want them to do something you want them to do. Right? It didn't
Right.
You want them to hire you to speak.
Right.
And I'll tell you that
maybe I don't want to do that.
we
Maybe
got-
they had a bad experience with somebody coming in to speak.
We got more speaking gigs over the last 4 years from people, executives, walking through the airport and picking up a copy of the 10X Rule, reading the book and going, I want that guy to speak to my team.
Right.
That one book led to the $50,000 speaking gig. Somebody goes through, they pick up the book. If we wouldn't have had the book, a 2-minute video on social media, that ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
So it's about having the product.
Yeah,
If I can interject, I always think about, tell me what you think of the analogy, maybe it's a bad one, but I always think about a peacock, right? Each, when it puts up its feathers, it's trying to attract what? Attention. I think every product is like a little plume, you know what I mean? The more plumes you have, the more attractive you seem to the market, like that person is a domain expert, right? Look at your product. They see your product set, that guy knows what he's talking
And
about.
then they see
I
what
got
you're
his
doing
attention.
too, They see you on Facebook.
So, but then you got to still be able to deliver.
But you got to be able to deliver. Like we were talking, I was telling Victor that I do a show every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Correct.
I do a show from my house Saturday and Sunday. Every day we drop content. Did we drop that new video about money? So why am I doing that, right? Why am I doing that?
Yeah.
The plume.
The plumes, just, you see.
Okay? Because the products are just sitting on a website. I don't know if anybody saw that. I don't know how people see stuff. You guys, JJ, you saw Jared's tip from the whip, what I learned from GC.
Right.
We don't know where people access data today.
Right.
So you got to figure out, you want to be on every channel, not just Spike.
You got to put in the effort. Can I just say that? Look, I come from the outside in.
Yeah.
And so, I get a chance to walk through the Cardone zone, which is really the whole building now probably. And so the amount of effort you guys put in, the amount of work, the amount of content you're creating, the amount of resources, money, time that you're putting behind this stuff, I don't think people out there really appreciate how much stuff is happening behind this wall. You know what I mean? And I think that's the level that, I mean, not that you have to be at that level, it's very difficult because this is a machine, but I mean, that just gives you an indication that you got to create content on a daily basis.
And I'll tell you that for people that see what we are doing on the outside and know that there's a lot going on the inside, like Vic, dude, you got to get to the boot camp.
You got to get to the boot camp.
You got to get to the boot camp because the boot camp is the event where we're going to tell people how they can go back and build this on their own. We're going to sit and we're going to build the process for you so that you can go back and build for you what we got in here.
Yep.
So whether it's the sales boot camp, we got ridiculous deals on the 10X Growth Con right now, 2-for-1 tickets, hotel in Vegas, all 3 nights. Go to 10xgrowthcon.com. We got specials on everything. Like you get unbelievable value and real.
And get around great people. Get around great people.
You can take back to your business. Get around great, talented people. We would have never met Victor if he wouldn't have come out to the Growth Con. We would have had to spend some time with him last year. So, you just got to get connected and duplicate what
else are you going to do this weekend?
You're
going to spend your time with the same people this weekend that you spent with last weekend or the weekend before. This weekend, we're going to spend 3 days with business executives from all over the world. They're all thinking about the same thing. How do I grow my revenue? We will be talking about sales, marketing, branding, business cycles, sales cycles, follow-up, hiring, leadership, motivation. How do you keep everybody going? How do you build a culture? How to keep stats? How to evaluate salespeople? That's what we're going to be. Whether you have one person, maybe you're the only person in your organization. Or maybe you want to scale out to hundreds of people, or maybe you already have 100 and want to scale out to 1,000. Come see us. We have 4 seats left. GrantCardoneBootcamp.com, GrantCardoneBootcamp.com. You're like, oh man, it's last minute. So what? Okay? We're talking about your future. We're not talking about a minute or two. And 3 days out of 365 days is nothing. Okay? So hook up, Grant Cardone Bootcamp. Victor will be there. Jared will be there. I'll be there. My staff will be there. It's going to be awesome.
It is.
Okay? We're excited. Tomorrow I'm doing Young Hustlers from somewhere. Or I'll do the Cardone Zone. We'll do it from over there. I'll do it live from there. Okay? We'll do the Cardone Zone because you know what? I could just say, well, I'm busy tomorrow with my boot camp. That'd just be an excuse. Just make it work, man.
There you go, Matt.
Okay?
There you go.
Make it work. What else we got? Cardone Capital. If you want to invest with me in real estate, go to CardoneCapital.com. Okay? $40 million fund. We're a quarter full in 2 days.
Subscription.
Okay? Invest with me. Invest with me. I know what I'm doing.
Hey, and
He's already invested.
I'm already invested, and it's like a good thing.
Yeah.
So GrantCardoneBootcamp.com, check it out. 10X Growth Con coming up. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, it will sell out. We are going to run out of hotel rooms. Right now, it's 2-for-1, buy one get one free tickets. We have general admission, we have executive, we have VIP, we have premier. They get hotels included in the room.
You get your hotel. I pay for your hotel room.
Yep.
So
all you got to do is show up and come along for the ride.
And by the way, if you can't show up, something happens to you, if you die, okay, I'll give you a credit at my store. Jesus would do the same thing.
For your next of kin. All right, man. Hey, and remember, the only people who condemn the hustle
are the people who have given up on the hustle.
We'll see you next week.